smoked crack for a while. Went down, well, got into a lot of issues with smoking crack because of the money, owing debt collectors, owing other drug dealers, so eventually, there was a day when basically I got caught by these debt collectors, and they, shoved me in a car. They took me, they tied me up. They were doing whatever they were doing to me in the car, and they took me to a field, right? And they put a debt on my head of about, just under 2 grand. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I couldn't pay that. I couldn't pay £20. So they took me to a field, and they made me call up my family, call up my parents, and they're saying, look, you either call up your parents or we're taking your arms and your legs. You know what I mean? We're taking it. You know what I mean? You can't just get away for free for this. You know what I mean? These are some big guys, big steroid guys.
Yeah,
That was
yeah.
their job. Ex-army guys, ex-military guys. Yeah.
Shit.
And they had a thing. It's like in my head, this one guy, he had a big thing for me. He was always out for me.
Oh, yeah.
Always out for me.
Wanted you.
Always
Good.
out. And I always had it in my head. I always had this paranoia of this guy. You know what I mean? I always had this big fear, like, fuck, I need to avoid this guy. Because he's vicious. I've seen what he's done to people,
Yeah.
I'll tell you about another story with him in a minute. But so anyway, my parents got involved. They came to this field where I was at. My mum and my dad both got out of this, and they're fucking scared, shaking, my mum and dad. And I can see them terrified. You know what I mean? Somehow, I don't know what they said to them or whatever, but I managed to get in the car with my parents, and they took me home. My mum, they called up, put fast response in the house, police fast response in the house just in case they came. You know what I mean? Because they knew where we lived. I'll explain why I went homeless. You know what I mean? This is part of the reason why I went homeless. But anyway, so then my parents said, you know what, you're going down to London. I said, you're going to go live with your auntie. My auntie's a criminal barrister. She's like, you're going to go live with her, and get away from Stoke. So I thought, okay, cool. I understand. If that's what you want me to do, I'll go.
You just saved me.
You just saved my
life.
life.
That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, I go down there, right? And, for some time, I'm thinking, oh, things are all right. It only took me a week to find a crack dealer in London.
Shit.
Took me a week.
Yeah.
That was it. And I'm off to the races again, doing things that, shit, just recreating the life that I was living in Stoke. Because you can't run away from your life. It's all up here. You know what I mean? So it doesn't matter where I moved to. It followed me. My head followed. I couldn't escape my mind. You know what I mean? I couldn't run away from my mind. So I went down to my auntie, and then, I'm doing the same thing. I'm smoking weed. I'm smoking crack. And then I ended up getting into a situation with some drug dealers down there. Because in my mind, it's a good idea to start working with some drug dealers to make some money so I can buy some crack. That was a good idea. That was a great idea. That was an epiphany. You know what I mean? And then eventually it got to the point where I was smoking the money that I was supposed to be giving to them.
Yeah.
And these were some dangerous people.
Just like the previous ones.
Just like
that you didn't learn from.
Yes, I didn't learn. You know what I mean? I thought, I'd be all right. I'll make the money. I'll just sell my laptop or something. You know what I mean?
So your life is way less valuable than the drugs.
Yes. I'd justify ways. The drugs more important than my life. I'd justify ways to get the drugs and not to help my life or save my life. You know what I mean? And anyway, so... yeah, them people ended up fine. Like I was living in a shared accommodation. I moved out my auntie's, living in the shared accommodation. They ran through the house, destroyed the house. Police were called, everything. I'm on top of the window, just thinking, fuck, do I just end it now? I'd had enough. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
I'd had enough. I was high on crack. I had no more crack left. You know what I mean? And these people running through the house, and I could hear them downstairs. I could hear them running through it. There was about 5 people living in this house. I could hear him going from room to room. Mine was the last room, and I'm sitting on the window on the top floor thinking, do I just end it now?
How come it was a shared apartment?
Because it was shared living. It was like it's a house, but everyone has their own room. You know what I mean?
I'm with you. Okay,
so I'd pay however much for my room, but then we'd all share a
you wasn't
kitchen.
living with your auntie?
I did for the first month or 2.
Yes.
And then I moved out. Because what I'd done was I'd actually done an insurance job on my car. I'd crashed my car on purpose to get the money because I knew I was going to be coming down to London and I had no money. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
I crashed my car. I organised with my friends, put my seatbelt on 30 mile an hour, come around the corner, smash straight in the back of my friend's BMW. Yeah. So I thought, fucking perfect.
Appreciate you sharing that.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So smash, you know what I mean? Like a test dummy. And that's the first time I'd ever crashed at that speed before. But my head was like, I'm going to get this money.
How was that then when you crashed?
Oh, it was mental. It was mental. I understood why you have to wear a seatbelt. Because I was only 30 mile an hour, but I didn't brake. There was no brake because I needed to tell the insurance company that my brakes had failed. You know what I mean? So there was
shit.
It was like I was in it, and that was it. You know what I mean? Because it's like, and this was the nice car. When I say nice, it was the nicest car I'd ever bought. Ford Fiesta 1.6 white car.
Yeah, you were quite proud of it.
I was proud of it. But once the crack took over, that was just a bill coming in. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I knew how much the insurance was. You know what I mean? So anyway, boom, crashed into the back of BMW. Couple months later, this situation had happened, and I gone down to my auntie's, and the money came in. So then I went and got a shed, living.
Oh, okay.
So that lasted a little bit of time. This money that I was on paying for the rent. You know what I mean? But that also went into drugs. It didn't last long in the shared living because obviously the situation with these other people that I got involved with, that was it. My mum drove down to London, picked me up again, shipped me straight back up to Stoke. So
what happened when there was downstairs, the drug dealers?
Yeah.
They found you?
They got to the door and then, I was on the edge of this window, right?